Hey guys, another drill that I try to make sure all my fighters know is some basic judo throws. Now, what I noticed a lot of BJJ school, they focus on the double and single. I think it's because maybe that's all they know, or maybe because they have influence from wrestlers, like either the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor is a wrestler, or they have students who are wrestling. Okay, let me move this camera up a little bit. Okay. So the double and single are very good, but there's only so much double and single you can do. So a very essential throw that everyone should know, especially in a confrontation, is ogoshi, big hip throw. Okay, in judo or in wrestling, it's basically hip throw. And Ippon-seoi-nage, wrestlers also, if you train with wrestlers who are like over 50 years old, they might call it the jab throw, because at one time it was very popular, was influenced by Japanese judokas. Okay, so the jab throw or spiral throw, okay, in judo, the Ippon-seoi-nage. So the Ippon-seoi-nage is a great fundamental throw because it's a high percentage throw in the sense that it's easy to pull off and it's everywhere, just like the armbar. The armbar is everywhere. And if you don't master that, then unless you have a lot of time and you master like throws that are not that are not high percentage, it's all about time allocation, right? So obviously, with all the gyms shut down, you don't really have a partner, but there are things that you can still work on. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate some things you can do at home. All you need is a textbook. Depending on how tall you are, this textbook's about an inch, okay, an inch to an inch and a half. If you're a little person, like a little kid, maybe less than that. And what you're gonna do is, obviously you might do it a little bit differently than me, but because of the video, I'm gonna do it this way. You're gonna back step, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna look for counterbalance, okay? The counterbalance is a very sophisticated balance in the sense that it forces your body to stabilize itself, and then it has to launch. It's like pulling the bow back, and you either have to slowly let go, release bring the bow back, or you let it go. Because you're pulling the bow, there's so much kinetic force being built that bow is so dangerous. Okay, so you're loading your body so that it is so dangerous for that throw. So a lot of people, when they learn a movement, they don't understand all the mechanical movement that goes into it. So I'm going to do a back step. So if you don't know what a back step is, look it up. Okay, so the back step is responsible for a lot of throws in wrestling, judo, etc. So a back step consists of my person or my opponent staring at me, and I'm turning around. Okay, so basically that's a back step. So imagine you're lining up at a theater, like you met your friend at the theater, and you kind of stood in front of him, okay, or you're budging in front of the line. So that's a back step. Now, when done correctly, it's very dangerous because imagine someone grabs onto your collar, your gi, or grab onto the back of your neck. You hold them down, you back step. Now you have a rope, and you're going to manipulate that rope, and using your hip and level change and buckling, you got that throw. Okay, so what we're going to do is at home, since all the gyms are shut down now, we have two textbooks, or you might only have one, and you're going to back step. But your main goal is to counterbalance. Okay, so you might not see. Basically, my heel is hovering over the bug. Okay, so I call this the Michael Jackson. One time Michael Jackson would do this move, right? So you're gonna back step, boom, off, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I'm setting up for the one arm throw. So with the one arm throw, you're gonna grab the sleeve, grab the arm, grab the collar. You're gonna back step, turn your hip in. You're gonna punch this up. This has to be higher than this pole. Suck him in. Okay, complicated S curve, and you're gonna buckle off. Okay, now there's all these videos online showing how to do this. I'm just showing drills on how to do this at home. Okay, because I know there's a lot of people don't focus on the back step with your heel up. Now notice with my heel up, I only have two choices. Either I reset and relax, or I launch. Boom. And that's what you want. You want that bow and arrow effect. Where when we pull that bow, there's so much tension, we have to let it go. And now that arrow is so dangerous, right? If that arrow is just sitting on the table, that arrow is like useless. But the minute I put it into the bow and pull it back, it is super dangerous. So when I back step and my heel is flat, my body tends to stand straight up and down. That means the only kinetic energy I have is my arm and my back. But if I bend down, now my body feels wobbly, right? And now I have to do something, right? Okay, where am I gonna go? I am going to shoot my hips straight up and bend forward and pull at the same time. Boom. And if you practice that, you blend all three mechanics, maybe four mechanics together, you have a very dangerous throw. And it's not just about the power, it's about the efficiency. How quick can you pull that trigger, right? So if you watch like Hollywood movies, it's how quick the guy can withdraw the bow and keep on pulling it, and shooting it, right? So let's do it again. Now obviously, because of this camera, the spacing of the book is not correct, right? You want to move it so that it feels efficient. You want to time your step, okay? So right now the stepping is off. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. You can also blend it with the hip throw. 1, 2, hip throw. Boom. 1, 2, hip throw, okay? So once again, let's demonstrate from here. All you need is 2 textbook. You're gonna go up, and the purpose of the textbook is to teach you to make sure your heel's up, and it stays up, okay? Stays up. And now I have all these kinetic motion that I gotta release. And my release is I'm gonna squat and boom. Squat, boom. Squat, boom. Now a lot of beginners will do this. They'll come in and they'll like stick the butt out, and then they will move their arm independently of the back. Your goal is to release everything at once. 1, 2. You're gonna leave a few inches away from him. You're gonna pull him into you as your hip lowers. Now his hip is sitting on your hip. So it's like you are carrying a knapsack. A lot of times your knapsack is sitting above your hip. If you sit close to the hip, it's gonna pull you backward and you won't be able to carry that knapsack very long. So you want to lower your hip, unless he's taller than you. So you're finding someone the same height, so that you are carrying his mass, because his center of mass is somewhere around his belly button. Now you come up, now he's coming off the ground a few inches, maybe just a small amount. Now you can manipulate that mass for a small 2-second window. And now you can do all sorts of judo throw or takedowns and stuff. Okay? So really important to lower. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So at home, if you have stability band, tie it to something, or get someone to hold it, and you can practice your Suranagi, okay, and different type of throw involving the back step. So I'm gonna step in, punch, step, boom, launch, and I'll blend it with my textbook. Okay, so step in, launch, boom, step in, launch, boom. Now I haven't practiced this enough, but make sure this is higher than this. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, you're gonna get choked. Well, try choking an advanced judoka. They will launch you before you get choked. Okay, so there's always a fixed point. If you suck at this throw, obviously when you step in, you're gonna get choked. But if you're super fast, boom, he's not gonna choke you. Okay, and you really have to understand the bow and arrow effect. Okay, so really important to understand when I step, I'm building a lot of tension. This tension has to either go away or I manipulate it. So in this case, I'm here. Okay, so I'm stabilized. I'm here, it's like my body wants to either go back or forward. Now because I'm on the ball of my feet, I have 2 choices, which is conducive for me in the fight, which is going forward. Boom. All right. Boom. Boom. Okay. So if you have stability band, use it, tie it to something. Test your stability band, make sure it doesn't rip, and it's going to cause a lot of damage, personal damage, or personal harm. And also utilize your textbook. So, boom, boom. Okay, hopefully you guys like these videos, and I'll talk to you guys soon.